In this video, I'm going to share with you 8 things to focus on after your explant surgery and a couple things you'll want to avoid. Hey, it's Christina, the founder of Size Happy and the admin of Breast Implant Illness, Rejuvenation, and Education with Christina. And I need to state this up front, but whatever I recommend, whatever I suggest, if your surgeon or your doctor recommends something completely different, or if they say, yeah, don't do that, always go by and follow your plastic surgeon and your doctor's instructions and recommendations, no matter what I say, no matter what anybody else inside of a Facebook group or online mentions or recommends. Always work very closely and follow your medical doctor's instructions. Number 1, so you're going to want to download and print out the 18-step Explant Checklist. And this is going to reduce any kind of confusion or overwhelm as to what you can expect to do and when after your explant surgery. So this goes over what to do 1 week before your explant, and then kind of like what you can expect the day of your surgery, 3 to 10 days after your surgery, 2 weeks after your surgery, and then like 4 to 6 weeks after your surgery. So like when you can expect things like physical activity, reminders to set out your medications and supplements, and when you can expect to wash your hair and massage your incisions, all that stuff is in this 18-step explant checklist. So I will put the link down below on where to get this, and this would be my first thing that I would recommend you doing. The second thing, kind of piggyback off of the first thing, would to be have your plastic surgeon's post-op care instruction package next to you. So that should typically go over like what to expect after your surgery, your prescriptions to take, when to take them, when you can expect to massage your breasts, what if you have drains, like what to expect with the drains, and like when you can come in to get them removed, all of that. So you'll definitely want to keep your explant surgeon's post-op care packaged next to you as well. The third thing that we recommend is that you walk at least once an hour for maybe like 5 minutes. And the reason why you want to keep walking, especially after your surgery, like right after your surgery, is you want to prevent any kind of blood clots to form. So, you're going to be laid up and laying around for quite a few weeks after your surgery, and you definitely don't want to have any issues or any swelling or anything like that. You want to keep things moving and you want to keep your body moving. So, for however long that your surgeon recommends, you want to keep your body moving. Typically like once an hour is what I recommend. I did that. I actually walked twice a day for 10 minutes. So again, whatever your surgeon recommends, I just want to stress the importance of actually doing some kind of walking after your surgery to prevent any kind of blood clots. The fourth thing, to kind of contradict the third thing, would be to rest. So your body, in order to heal and repair and rebuild and cleanse, your body requires a tremendous amount of energy to do those things. And so after your explant surgery, you are going to want to take this time to just rest and relax, not do too much physical activity more than like getting up to maybe make a sandwich or warm up some food, go to the bathroom, stuff like that. You want to just, what's the word I'm looking for? You want to conserve as much energy as you can to help your body heal and repair and rebuild everything that it needs to do immediately after your surgery. I am a gym goer. I think I mentioned it probably in every single video, but I love moving around. I love getting out. And so for me, it was extremely hard to just sit there for 3 weeks after my surgery and to not just want to do something. But I cannot stress enough the importance of allowing yourself to rest during this time of recovery. And by rest, I mean sit around, lay around, ask for help. Don't some people have a hard time asking for help. They want to do everything themselves. Like, I get that. But during this phase of this journey, I would just embrace the resting part of it, because as soon as you start feeling better, you're going to have that energy to go, go, go. Do it at that time. But for now, at this time, being as though you just had surgery, you went under anesthesia, you know, you had your chest muscles, you know, cut wide open and everything like that, just rest. So that would definitely be number 4, the importance of doing it, and why, because you need to use that energy for healing and cleansing and rebuilding. Number 5, the 5th thing that I would highly, highly recommend after you explant is to have patience with yourself, with your body, and with others. So oftentimes we can see others who seemingly through a post look better than us and act like they are feeling better than us, and maybe they explanted around the same time that we did. And so we begin to doubt our body or question, what am I doing wrong? Or what is she doing? Like, how did we explant at the same time? And she looks so amazing, and she's out running a 5K marathon and traveling around the world, and, you know, all of this. And, you know, you're sitting here like, I don't look that good. I'm not feeling good. And maybe you had the expectation that you would have all of these symptoms gone by now. And I just can't stress enough to not compare your healing journey to anybody else's online. Post-explant is the time, I'm always saying, for patience, self-care, and forgiveness. So having patience with your body, trusting that it is doing everything that it can as fast as it can in the order that it feels like it needs to heal you and cleanse you and get you better. Your body is on your side, no matter how much you may feel like it hates you right now, or, you know, it's, you know, you're not feeling good and it's like, what am I doing wrong? What should I be doing more of? When oftentimes I find that we should be doing less of something. But don't compare yourself and your body and your healing journey to anybody else's online post-explant. Have patience in your body, because it is doing a tremendous amount of cleansing and repairing and rebuilding. It's digesting your food. It's doing so many different things after your explant, which is a major surgery. And so I could just say it over and over and over again. Have patience with your body. It will get you to wherever it is you're looking to be. It just might take a little bit more time than somebody else's. And kind of with that being said, on a side note, you know, we don't know what other women are doing inside of Facebook groups and stuff like that. So we don't know what they're taking, what kind of doctor they're working with, to where they just feel like they just look like they're getting back on their feet super quick, right? And you're here like, I just explanted at the same time as her, and I don't nearly look or feel as good as she does, right? But here's the thing, like, maybe you're on medication, or you have the MTHFR gene mutation, or you're under a lot of stress for whatever reason, and maybe she's not. Maybe she doesn't have the gene mutation, she's not on medications, like, you know, she's out living her life and she doesn't have much stress in her life. So it's hard to compare like your life and lifestyle and what's going on with your life and what you're doing to somebody else's. We just don't know. So post-explant is the time to just have patience and trust in your body and what it's doing, and not focus at all really on anybody else's post-explant. Number 6 is reduce, if not completely eliminate, stress. So stress, it slows our digestion, it suppresses our immune system, and so especially post-explant, when we want to be healing as fast as we can, we need to reduce stress. So stress can come from many different places. So it can come from a person, it can just come from a thought, it can come from an environment, like watching the news. It's very fear-based. So reducing stress post-explant is going to be key towards your healing. Stress it whacks out hormones. It does some really detrimental things to the body, which is the last thing that you're going to want to do and experience post-explant. Now, some ways to reduce stress while you're recovering. I'm trying to think some things that don't really require too much energy. So you can journal, meditate, visualize, read a book, watch a movie, whatever it may be, just reduce stress. I'm always saying, if somebody is bringing you stress or an environment or anything like that, just eliminate it as much as you can. If you can't, maybe you have to be around that person or in that environment, whatever it may be, try to reduce the amount of time that you are around that person or in that situation. So whatever you have to do for yourself post-explant, whether it be completely walk away for a while or just decrease the amount of time, reducing stress is going to be key. For me, I found that being inside Facebook groups, especially pre-explant, was bringing me stress. It was making me question things, and I was focusing on everybody else's stories, and it was just stressing me out. So I actually had to remove myself from going through, Facebook groups for a while, because it was just leaving me feeling very stressed. So, try to catch yourself and become aware of when certain groups, people, environments, things like that are leaving you feeling stressed while you're either with them or after you leave, whatever it may be, and do whatever you can to eliminate or decrease your stress. The 7th thing would be to focus on your gut health and your immune system post-explant. I know a lot of women are on antibiotics right after their explant, and a lot of women even had gut issues while they had their implants in. So focusing on gut health and immune system right after you explant would definitely help with your healing and recovery. I went in depth in my last video, what to do before your explant surgery. I went in depth about gut health and the immune system. So I'm gonna link that video below. If you have time, definitely go through that video, because again, I just go in depth into gut health and immune system and like what to do and what's good and all of that stuff in that video. But you're not gonna want to do any kind of detoxing the first 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks after your explant. You're just gonna solely wanna focus on building up your immune system and your gut. So go back and watch that video, and that's what you're gonna wanna be focusing on after your explant. And the last thing, number 8, is taking Arnica and drinking pineapple juice. Everybody in the BII community, almost everybody, I can't say everybody, but a lot of women in the BII community take Arnica and drink pineapple juice around their explant surgery. So we're talking about 1 to 2 weeks before their explant and probably about 3 to 4 weeks after their explant, because these two things, because of the bromelain in it, helps with bruising to reduce it and swelling. So if you can get your hands on some Arnica and some pineapple juice, or fresh pineapple even, after your explant, then those are some things that I recommend as far as supplements go, taking after your explant surgery to help minimize bruising and reduce swelling. All right, just to recap everything that I went over. So we're going to download and print out the 18-step Explant Checklist. You're going to have your explant surgeon's post-op care instructions next to you. You're gonna walk as much as you can, like once an hour, once every couple of hours, whatever it may be, whatever your surgeon recommends. You definitely want to be walking after your explant surgery. Then you are going to just want to rest. So rest as much as you can and really let your body use that energy towards healing you and rebuilding and repairing. The 5th thing is focusing on yourself and your body and having patience with your body as it is healing, not having any expectations on how you should be feeling and healing and when, but just having that trust in your body that it's doing everything that it can as fast as it can after your explant surgery. Sixth thing is to reduce that stress, because stress can hinder healing. And that's the last thing you want after your explant surgery. Number 7 is really focusing on strengthening and rebuilding your gut health and your immune system after you explant. You could do that through foods, you could do that through certain supplements, but I talk about that in my last video, which I will link below. And then the last thing is taking that arnica and having some pineapple or some pineapple juice to help reduce the bruising and the swelling. Now let's talk about a few things that you are definitely not going to want to do immediately after your explant surgery. The first thing would be detoxing of any kind, whether it be a supplement, a tea, a system, a sauna, anything like that. You do not want to take or do any kind of technique or supplement that is going to facilitate a detox. You want to really allow your body to cleanse and repair and rebuild and focus on all of that for about the first 5 to 6 weeks after your explant surgery. So you'll want to avoid anything like that. The next thing would be lifting. So every surgeon is going to be different, but about for the first 5 weeks also, you're not going to want to lift anything, exercise, take a bath, like soaking your incisions, going into a sauna or cupping. Now this is for the first 6 weeks. So when I say lifting, my surgeon, I did have a lift as well, but he told me nothing overhead, like no lifting anything up overhead, like putting it into a cupboard or anything like that, and no like pulling anything down. So, you know, you can expect that for the first like 6 weeks, not to be really using your arms too much and lifting things, soaking those incisions. Now I did kind of cheat, but I went in the bath after my explant. I don't remember exactly when, but I only went to like my belly button. So I didn't soak my incisions in there, but I'm a mermaid and I love relaxing in bathtubs. So I would just fill the bathtub up to where it was like up to my belly button and it didn't really touch my incisions at all. And I just took a bath there. So I kind of cheated, but I didn't. So again, always go with whatever your surgeon recommends. And the last thing is to avoid sunlight on your incisions for about 8 weeks. So you don't want to, you know, get any kind of sunburn or anything like that on your incision area, because it could really mess with how your incisions heal and fade post-explant. So again, anything that I recommend, I can't stress it enough, always go with what your surgeon says. If they're like, no, you can go in the sun at 6 weeks, cool, go in the sun at 6 weeks. You know, if they're like, you can take a bath at 3 weeks, whatever they say, do whatever your surgeon says, but this is just a general recommendation of what most of us have done and what we expected and what we experienced post-explant and like when we did these things. And as you can see, there's nothing fancy here. A lot of it is just resting, making sure that you're walking, asking for help, focusing on self-care, all of that. That's really all we can do after we explant. So I hope that this helps you. If at any time you feel like something doesn't look or feel right with your breasts after you explant, always contact your explant surgeon first, and then maybe you can go inside of the groups and ask questions, because a lot of women, you know, do experience kind of the same things during recovery. But, you know, you always want to be sure that you run by anything that really concerns you and worries you with how your breasts are looking or feeling with your explant surgeon first, instead of just relying on our opinions inside of a Facebook group. Don't forget your arnica, don't forget your pineapple juice, get all of your pillows ready, get those comfy clothes ready, get your prescriptions filled, and I hope that this helps you. If there's anything that you feel like I missed or that you did post-explant, or something you took post-explant that really helped you that I didn't mention, definitely put it down below in the comments. I would love to know, and anybody else that reads through the comments, they'll be able to see it as well, because this is not like the end-all be-all list of like everything to do and stuff like that. These are just the like the bullet points of the things that you're going to want to focus on after your explant. So I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you on the next video.